Bear down, Bears fans. Another edition of the Chicago Bears podcast coming your way. Pat the designer, John Jurkovic in the building. We got a new Bear on the team we got to talk about. A little signing Chicago Bears have made to deepen up that DB room, bring some bodies in. We got to talk about this Bears pass rush as a whole. And, of course, look ahead at a
Bengals game. Must-win Bengals game.
Must-win
Bengals game.
You don't bounce back versus the Bengals defense, you got problems.
Well, that's where we're at. You've got to score 30-plus points against the Bengals.
Yeah, probably.
Offensively, because guess what? Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are pretty damn good.
And if you don't get pressure on Joe Flacco, he will get the ball.
He will.
And we struggle at getting pressure right now.
He can spin it.
He can spin it a little bit. He's almost as old as you out there spinning it.
Not only that, but you got problems across the whole defensive line getting pressure.
Yeah.
It's not one or two guys. No. It's the whole defensive line.
100%. We'll break all that down and more on today's episode. Today's episode brought to you by Underdog. Underdog, make picks, win money. All right, good kid. Let's jump into the additions. Start off with a little bit of the news here. CJ Gardner-Johnson brought in 27 years old, 18 interceptions over his career. Little bit of a shocking move to me just because of the kind of player he's been in locker rooms reportedly and some reasons why teams have let him go. A little bit of a thorn in the side of some of the people in that locker room. But a shocking move for me because personality issue guys are usually not the guys Ryan Poles and this Bears staff go out and sign here. What'd you think about the signing? How do you think it's going to impact?
He's a little bit of an antagonist, right? Javon Wims had some problems with him in the past.
They tried to turn that helmet sideways.
I think desperate times call for desperate measures. I think you've had a lot of problems with injuries at the corner position. You're down to playing your like fifth and sixth corners as your starters. So you take a look at out there who's available, who's had some success, who's got some familiarity with what we're doing. Yeah. And I think you kind of narrow that down. If you put that in a filter, guess who's the first name that'll pop
CJ Gardner-Johnson.
So there you go. I think that's why you go with him. You bring him in, you say, hey, listen, none of the shenanigans, none of the chicanery. I want solid football play out of you. That's what we're looking for. Give it to us, it'll go good. Yeah. Don't give it to us. When these guys get healthy, you'll be the first guy out the door.
His time in Philly, he's had two stints in Philly. He had 6 interceptions in both of those. With Dennis Allen, he had 5 interceptions over his time. And what I did like about his time with D.A. Jurko is D.A. used him in a multitude of ways. He played linebacker at times. He played safety, played some DB, played close to the line in blitz packages and things like that. I think he's a very versatile player to make up for what I would assume is a replacement for Kyler Gordon being out for these next 4 weeks.
Well, and Stevenson is out. Yeah. I mean, you got a lot of guys.
You got a lot of guys.
Jalen Johnson are out. Your first 3 guys are out.
Yeah.
So
Terrell Smith.
Right. Terrell Smith is Wright healthy, or did he get banged up?
Deshaun Wright, it was banged up, but he did come back in that game, so we can assume some health.
There's the issue. The issue is bodies. The issue is health. The issue is now they're telling you exactly who's not coming back for this week. So, like I said, he's going to bring him in and say, if you do the dumb stuff that you've done before, it's going to be a very short stay here. If you come in and you play good, solid football, you keep your mouth shut, you learn, you figure out what we're doing and make some plays, then could be good things for you. Could revitalize your career here. So I think it's just a move that had to be made.
A body.
That's the way it works.
Yeah. And listen, hopefully he's able to come in here. He should be familiar with the system. DA was his DC in his time in New Orleans. So
absolutely.
There should be a little bit of familiarity there already.
Yep.
What I do want to talk about with you, though, Jurko, is bringing these guys in, bringing these bodies in. One thing that I said with Deshaun Wright, with Nick McLeod, I don't care if we were at a point where we had the best of the best out there, our number 1 DBs. I think it would be very difficult for these guys to play with the kind of pass rush that you've seen out of the front 4 that you've had.
So your dilemma is that you've gotten a pass rush out of some of your guys.
Yes.
The problem is that usually you're bringing Edmonds, you're bringing Brisker, or you're bringing Gordon on a blitz, and that's the way you're starting to provide pressure. Last week, Grady Jarrett was in, put a nice, sweet, beautiful bull rush on, didn't get credit for a half sack.
That was crazy.
But
that was insane he didn't get that credit.
Right, and went to Gervon Dexter, who was the first man then on the scene. And then once he got out, he was in. I thought was going to get a half sack, but they didn't give it to him. But that was a nice pass rush. The problem is Grady Jarrett can't provide that for you. 35 pass rushes a game.
No.
Can't. He's physically just not capable of it. But when he reared his head back and wanted to make an impact, everything converged on the quarterback Hundley, and there they were, ending up with a sack. Problem is they can't get to a quarterback without blitzing.
Right.
And when you blitz and you bring 6 guys, then you kind of compromise the integrity of your defensive backfield. Hard to blitz when you got T. Higgins and you got Jamar Chase running around.
Dare I say, Jurko?
And Mike Gesicki.
Pretty impossible.
Mike Gesicki can hurt you too.
Yeah.
Catch the ball and he'll move his feet and get down the field. Everybody thinks I'm critical of Dio. I'm not critical of Dio. I'm understanding crystal clear now exactly what he brings to the table. I watched a little bit of film on him with the Indianapolis Colts.
Right.
I thought some positional versatility you're going to get with him where he can sneak inside for you. I go at the very least he'll be able to give you a positional flexibility. He's a try-hard guy. He's an effort guy. He's going to run. He's going to get after it. I never see a lack of effort out of Dio. The effort is there. Your dilemma is skill.
Yeah.
The skill is not there.
Yeah.
Now, he'll make some plays for you because he's going to be in the way. He's there, so he's going to be in the way. They're going to run into him. It's there. He's robotic. He doesn't have a natural feel for the football game. It's like somebody went out and found a body, and they said, man, you should play football. And it was like, yeah, okay, I'm going to play football. But he just doesn't have an instinctive feel for the game.
Right.
So that's what you have there. He's got one move, and it's a bull rush. He looks in the toolbox, and all he can find is the sledgehammer. And he brings the sledgehammer every single time.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, you got to try to beat the guy around the outside.
You need some screwdrivers.
Maybe you throw a rip and you spin back inside.
Yeah.
Anything. And too often during the football season, when he doesn't get nothing, he's more than happy to drop and then try to find a lane to where he can come up the middle where he's scot-free. So right now, that looks like it's Ryan Pohl's worst signing of the offseason, free agent signing.
Yeah.
And that means I got to go through a bunch of other guys. But right now, that's what it looks like. You spent $20 million on a guy that doesn't deserve. Doesn't deserve $20 million.
The one thing that I thought maybe he would fit in with Dennis Allen's defense really well with was, and maybe it was just the effort that you saw in the limited snaps in Indianapolis. He looked really good in the run game. We haven't seen that here. I don't feel like he's done a great job containing the run either.
He's not going to cheat you in the effort game.
No.
So that's you're going to get him. He's going to be trying to flying up and down the football field, trying to make it happen. But he's one of those guys early on was getting upfield, is creating natural gaps and natural holes in your own defense. He, fortunately for us, has slowed that down. So, yeah, you don't pay a guy $20 million, though, to stop the run.
Yeah.
You pay a guy $20 million to get after the quarterback.
That is the theory. But it's I guess my thought when you signed Dio was that you already had this thing in the toolbox, to go with that analogy, and that you could add more tools to the toolbox.
Sledgehammer. That's
and
all
it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like you even have the sledgehammer.
No, he's got a sledgehammer.
Just the drill, no bits.
But he's got a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
It's there. I mean, he can get up into you and he can try to go over the top of you, but you can't make a living in the NFL doing that.
Right.
You've got to be able to work edges. You got to be able to work the edges of the tackle. And when he jumps the edge, then you work back inside and start working the other edge. That's what you've got to do to be successful. And you got to have some moves. You got to have some hand fighting moves. You got to be able to post a fist into the chest and then work off of that. Once you do that and get a guy unsettled, he doesn't have it, but either does Dexter. And
I was going to ask you that. Are we to the point where we're now concerned that Gervon Dexter doesn't have a next step?
That he plateaued. I'm worried about Gervon Dexter plateauing, yes. Yeah. That's a legitimate concern. That this is what we're going to get out of him. This is the best that you're going to get out of him, yes. That's a concern. Billings is who Billings is.
You knew what he was.
Billings
run stuff for a big guy in the middle,
Can maybe get under a guy and move a guy back, pressure the pocket in the middle. Stewart's the guy that you wish you wouldn't have lost, but you ended up losing. Booker,
he showed you some of that inside-out versality as well.
Booker's getting, but I didn't need that. I needed 3 technique.
Yeah.
I needed Warren Sapp material from him. Who's the guy, Kennedy, that played up in...
Kenny Clark?
No. Seattle, 1990. Came out of Miami, University of Miami. Cortez Kennedy.
Yeah. I like the little Cortez Kennedy.
I wanted to see a little Cortez Kennedy out of him, That would have been fun. But we didn't see it. It's got an ACL injury.
Out for the year.
He gets a chance to watch. They don't do the surgery right away anymore. They got to let the swelling come out. They'll still work some quad strengthening and some hamstring strengthening up until they have the surgery. When all the swelling gets out of there, they'll do the ACL, and they'll start the rehab process, which is probably 8 to 10 months, which would take us into the middle of August. But I think he'll be running and rehabbing well before that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be ready for July, the beginning of training camp, end of July. But at some point in August, I think you'll be ready for him to get back out there and get some things done.
It's tough, too, because of the timeline of that. Probably going to miss a good portion of another training camp. Remember, he was banged up this year, so not able to get him in there as much as you would like to. But back to the Gervon Dexter part of it, I mean, that's the biggest concern right now, Yerk, because it feels like that was the one guy you may have paid. You know what I mean? That was the one guy on the D-line that you were like, yeah, that might get you that next step in this defense, that pressure in the middle.
Yeah, I counted on my fingers because I had to. July would be the 9th month, so for August, I think you definitely have him back.
August have him back?
Yeah, August 1st,
for Shamar.
He'll be back for Shamar Stewart.
Yeah.
100%. And Dexter, yeah, you got to decide if what he's been able to do is enough to give him a contract extension. You've developed him. You've had him here. He's been with a couple different defensive line coaches. Is it enough?
Are you seeing?
Is it not enough?
Is he better this year than he was last year? Do you feel like you're seeing more of his game?
I think
this
he
year?
had 5 sacks early in the year last year.
Yes, yeah, he ended up 5 sacks, yeah.
I thought he was a more dangerous pass rusher last year than he is this year. Does he still have more left? Does he got the rest of the season left? Sure.
100%.
Hopefully he can find a way to stay healthy and give us 17 games. The best ability is availability. And so hopefully he'll be there. He'll give us a good solid 17 games. You'll get the whole year to take a look at what he has or what he hasn't done. But I mean, that's where you are. You're there with the defensive line. That's what you got right now.
Yeah.
Your roof's got more layers than the Conspiracy Podcast.
Is that a sandwich wrapper?
Ah, yes, vintage 1988. It really builds character.
Avondale Roofing. Inspect smarter, dig deeper, and get to the core of your roof's health.
Robinson's hurt now. I think Daniel Hardy might get a few chances. Booker will get a few chances. But, Booker's the one you want to see against number ones because he could do it against the twos in the preseason.
Yep.
He's the guy that got consistent pressure on the quarterback all the time. Now let's see him come out and do it against the guys that get paid all the big money.
Did you ever see a player? Because what I feel like has happened with Austin Booker isn't a scheme fit. I said this early on. We talked to Dennis Allen. He said, I don't like my defensive ends 240. Feels like he's kind of been just
he likes him 240 or he doesn't
like his defensive ends 240. Austin Booker is all legs and 240. And the big thing with that is you've had now the full. I mean, we haven't gotten. Well, maybe they just updated because the team talked. Oh no, they did it yesterday. Actually, I'm wrong. He just got activated. You've had a 21-day window, and Ben Johnson was open about it. He said, yeah, it was a numbers game. We had other guys up that we liked more, and we felt like the rotation was good. I feel like that's an indictment of the opportunity that Austin Booker was looking to get. Now with guys banged up, he may get it. Did you ever see somebody who couldn't get the opportunity, finally did, and then when they finally did, they were like, now let me show you why I need to be in
that happens all the time. If I can't cite a specific example for you, but 1991, I was on the practice squad. Sean Patterson blew his ACL out. I got a chance to play.
Yeah, you are.
Now, I played the final 5 games. They weren't purty.
Right.
We were bad. We're a 4-12 football team. We ended up winning one of our last 4 football games that I ended up playing. So it was kind of nice to win a football game, but I wasn't any good at that point in my NFL career. But it was great to get active, great to put a little money in my pocket, and great to say, hey, I finally did play. I finally got some time. And then I went in the offseason with a little bit more confidence and a little bit more, grit, if you will. Hey, got a chance to play here. Beautiful. Now let's go about the business of coming back and making a team and doing that kind of thing. But, if you look over the course of history, who gets a chance to play? Andre Rison doesn't get to play well with us.
Yeah.
And he's not listening, and he's doing his own thing, and he's freelancing. We traded him to the Green Bay Packers, allows Jimmy Smith to be able to become active. And that was the beginning of Jimmy Smith's career.
Right.
He was with the Dallas Cowboys, got drafted in the early 90s, Doesn't get a chance to play because of all the great receivers that they have there. He's on the practice squad. They make him available in the expansion draft. The Jaguars take him. He doesn't get a chance to play because you got Andre Rison, because you think you got to have a guy that's a stud. Andre doesn't want to play. Jimmy comes on board, and then Jimmy lights it up like a Christmas tree and has a fantastic career for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Right.
So that's how it ends up happening sometime. Keenan was the guy that we signed as a free agent that had a ton of receptions for like 12 yards gain. So he's a possession receiver for us, and Jimmy was the speed guy that was getting down there. We had Willie Jackson at the University of Florida, too, and Willie was a speed guy and a merchant. So we had a decent complement of receivers, but once Andre proved that he didn't want to play the kind of ball that we wanted to play, he wanted to freelance, that's when they had to get rid of him, and that's when Brunell became a better player, too. When Andre left and when Jimmy Smith got a chance to play. So there's your example that I can think of right now.
I love the first one. He's like me.
Happened.
Like somebody got hurt, I got in.
Yeah, well, which is fun, but I mean, I wasn't any good. I was trying to find somebody that got a chance to play and then flourished right away.
Right.
And that's why I went to Jimmy Smith.
Well, the hope is that he flourishes. I think that the young man has a ton of talent.
I got another one for you.
Oh, here we go.
Aaron Taylor. Aaron Taylor is playing with us, offensive guard out of Notre Dame, first-round pick. He's playing for us. He ends up blowing a patella tendon right before the first playoff game. Oof. Adam Timmerman, seventh-round pick. Adam Timmerman, seventh-round pick out of Augustana in South Dakota, gets in and plays and was a starter from that point on. He was a starter in the game against the Atlanta Falcons that we played. We went out to San Francisco. He was a starter there playing against Dana Stubblefield and Brian Young. Two pretty damn good players.
Yeah.
So he played against them, and then he went over and played against the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. So he got thrown under fire right away. And when he answered the bell, there's a guy that had a great career, continued on with the Green Bay Packers, and then got signed to a big contract with the St. Louis Rams, where he won another Super Bowl in 1999. He played his 8, 9, 10 years, had 2 Super Bowl rings, and said, you know what? It's a great career.
Yeah.
I'm going to hang it up. And he made some money, too. I'm going to hang it up. I'm going to go live my life and go have a good time, which is always fun.
Let's hope that that's the Austin
there you
Booker
go.
story. Because I feel like the talent is there if you give him the opportunity to show something. But then there's always that question of, is he showing the coaches something in practice that's the reason he wasn't activated for the 21-day window? Is it not even get
again,
on the special teams there?
But it's still a numbers game.
Yeah.
You still got to have the positions. They do it every day. They go in, they look at the board and say who's going to be active for the game. And they'll move those 45 chess pieces over to the side. Who's our 8 that are going to be inactive? Right? And then you kind of move that board around and with special teams considerations with all that. That's why I think Homer got on, right?
Yeah.
Homer came back first.
Special teams was what got him back on.
But when Stewart went down, I think that was the automatic. Then there was no gray area. He was going to get a chance to play, and now we'll see what he can do.
Let's hope so. I loved Austin Booker out of college. I said I wanted you to draft him in the 4th round. You got him in the 5th. We took a punter. Who's making some punts? Finally making some punts there, Jurko? No?
He has not won one game for the Bears. He has not lost a game for the Bears. Hey, that's true.
He has not lost.
He has never lost a game for the Bears, and he has never won a game for the Bears.
Never lost a game for the Bears.
He is at a position that is just that's why you just pick him up off the scrap heap. You never waste draft choices for kickers and for punters or long snappers. There's 1,000 guys snapping right now in college. I'd find the 5 with the best looking snaps.
Yeah.
You bring them in here and sign one of them to a contract and say, guess what? You're going to play with us. You're going to be a long snapper. Keep your mouth shut and just go about your business.
If I gave you a year, Jurko, you could get back out there and long snap. You can't touch them anymore.
No.
You can't be on top of them. You
gotta cover. Problem is you
do got to cover. You do got to cover.
No, not for me.
You're not running down the field anymore.
But that's it. Yeah. Listen, now they go to play Cincinnati. So what do they have? Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Yeah, we got to get it.
Chase Brown. Mike Gesicki's your tight end. Andre Iovocius, or whatever his name is. Mark Ivaroni. Whoever, number 80, is the 3rd wide receiver for them. They got to tell in the group.
Yeah.
And if you're going to give Joe Flacco time, Joe Flacco can still spin the football.
100%.
If you give Joe Flacco time, if he's spinning the football If they're moving it up and down, you are then going to have to outscore these guys. Because last week you gave up the touchdown like there was nothing going on. Very little fight come in the red zone. Very little fight once they got down to the goal line. It almost felt like it was automatically going to go into the end zone. So not happy with the defense. Not happy with the offense last week. It needs to be better this week, so hopefully it will be.
Let's get into that game there and talk about this offense. What we need to see step up from your vantage point. But first, we do got to tell you guys about Underdog. But first, actually, before we do Underdog, Jurko didn't get a chance this week. You got to tell us about Mitch Lyons a little bit.
Oh, yeah, he's my guy, Mitch Lyons. Played in the NFL with me. He was there for about 7 years, 7 of the years that I was in the league. Mitch Lyons, he's going to help you protect, win, and grow your retirement. MitchLyonsWealth.com. You are currently now, the first 5 years, the 5 years before you retire and the 5 years after you retire is what we call the red zone. And that's when the best preparation can happen. That's what you've got to get yourself situated with. 5 years before you retire and 5 years after. The red zone. If you're going to get that retirement going the direction you want it to go, MitchLyonsWealth.com.
Now let's get into a little bit of Underdog. We're working on our Underdog pick 'em play there. And Yerk, we had Waddle on yesterday. He chose Caleb Williams higher than 1.5 touchdowns for this game. He believes the offense gets back on.
What's that at? Plus 800?
Well, you said that about the yards last week, Yerk, and he hit him. I was right on the yards.
Late.
Yerk.
Hit him late.
You didn't.
Hit him late. Up by 14.
He did hit him.
He almost overthrew a wide open receiver, DJ Moore, on the sidelines.
He did hit him late.
But he got him.
He got him. He got him. We did not get our Isaiah Likely anytime touchdown last week.
No, we didn't.
That was a tough one.
The other guy got it.
Yes, the 89.
The tight
I don't
end.
even know who the tight 89 over
Navarro or Camaro
there
or
you go.
Whatever. Kolar. It was Kolar.
Kolar
got
actually
it.
pulled his name.
I'm like, what the hell? Kolar. I thought it was my guy. I'm like, there he goes.
I literally saw the number and went, we got it. No, we don't. We don't.
Didn't get it. All right, this week I'm going to go Jamar Chase.
Oh!
Anytime touchdown.
Jamar Chase, anytime touchdown. Jurko, I would say that is your safest play to this point. I think.
He might even be minus, but no, anytime touchdown.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, I might go Jamar Chase. How about this? Jamar Chase, first touchdown of the game. That's a little bit different. Jamar Chase, first touchdown of the game.
They do have that on here with a 3.69 profit boost, Jurko.
Yeah, I like
it. So Jamar Chase, first touchdown score of the game is available. Make sure you guys tune in to Underdog. Hey, I like that you don't make it easy.
That's right.
You always go a little obscure. What was the first week? It went like I don't even remember. It was
against
like
New Orleans?
It was against New Orleans. I want to say it was a Tyler Shuck touchdown or something like that. Who is starting this week? Like it was one of those plays where I was like, I hope this comes in, and if it does,
thanks
he's
for reminding me of that.
The whole week.
Rallage, Spencer. I got to bench him. I got him on one of my teams.
Did you have?
I got Tyler Shuck too. On that same team.
It's not good. Are you in a 2 QB league?
It's a dynasty league. It's not 2 QBs. You just got to have depth. And I picked up Ratledge because I thought Ratledge was going to play. Stafford was on a bye last week.
Yeah.
So Stafford gets back in there.
Stafford backs. You throwing him
and
in
he's
the
my
starting
backup
lineup.
behind Joe Burrow. And if Joe Burrow ever gets back, which would be a miracle, I guess, at some point. But it's a long season. It's another 3 months left in this season.
He's got time.
Don't people realize that?
He's got time.
You got November. You got December. You got the first week. You got 10 weeks left.
Yeah, but it's flying by.
We still got
good
10
kid.
weeks.
Good kid, it's flying by.
It is flying by.
Makes me so sad.
The next thing you know, we're going to be eating turkey.
Yeah.
Then after I'm eating turkey, I'm eating lamb. And that lamb is on Friday the 25th. I'll be eating lamb. And then we'll be 2-3 weeks away from it being over, and the playoffs going to start. And we're just going to hope that when we start eating Christmas lamb, we're going to hope the Bears are still one of those teams that are in the hunt. Hovering at maybe one game over 500, which is fine. I don't care. As long as you're doing something special. That's what I want.
I'll take 2 games over. Take 2 games over.
Well,
That'd
you'll
be
take
nice.
2 games over, but
I'll
that
take
needs
2 games.
that needs to happen in the
You gotta win this week.
next 2 weeks.
Yeah, you got to win this week here. Make sure that you guys are tuned in to Underdog. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code CBP to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code CBPEO. Play the disclaimer. Must be 18 years or older, 19 or older in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or over in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Welcome back in to the Chicago Bears podcast. John Jurkovic, Pat the designer, back at it again. Now you picked Ja'Marr Chase first touchdown score there.
First touchdown scored,
Jurko, we got to talk about what this offense is going to have to do, because I think there's going to be quite a few Ja'Marr Chase touchdowns in this game. I would say watch out for possibly 2 at a minimum here. I just don't think the defense is going to get the pressure on Joe Flacco that you need to see.
Right.
What do you need to see out of this offense this week?
Well, the offense, you need to see him score touchdowns instead of kick field goals.
Yeah.
You get down to the 3 and you get down to the 22 and you end up settling for 2 field goals. And the worst part is that you're down there and you get a 5-yard penalty. So the penalty's got to be gone. Pre-snap penalties, there's no excuse for them ever. Not lining up correctly, being illegal procedure. There's nothing. It doesn't matter.
How much of that do you put on the quarterback?
Excuse.
How much of that do you put on the quarterback? The pre-snaps? Because to me, it seems like there's 10 guys that are all on the same page and one guy who's not.
I can spend 2 days with you to understand what your cadence and how you speak and what it's like. 2 days with you. It's the individuals that are involved. They've got to get it right. You got to line up correctly. Who's it on? It's not on the coach. I look down the line of scrimmage. I know where I need to line up. Yeah. When I'm on the defensive side of the football, I know whether I'm offsides or not.
Could you tell Jonathan Ford that?
Yeah, you can't line up offsides. What are you thinking? No, that's a mistake. Yeah. And if you got the yips I go back off a yard. Give yourself a yard. So if you do have a tendency to yip or go on sound, at least you give yourself a little bit of room where you can tilt forward, put your hand down, and get back into a stance. So. But, yeah, that drives me crazy. If we're getting any offensive pass interference penalties, you got to do it subtly. Every wide receiver I've ever seen.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Every wide receiver I've ever seen always got an arm bar in there. He'll always extend with the elbow, with the hand. There's hand fighting going on all the time.
100%.
So, that's all part and parcel to the position. There's no excuses. I can't have them. You're either doing your job or you're not doing your job. So do your jobs.
As a defensive player, did you feel, because based on the numbers that we've seen, the penalty numbers I've given out a couple times on the show, if the Bears get a penalty, the drive seems like it is basically dead. Did you offensively? Yes. Did you feel like when you played, like if the offense got a penalty, we got them?
Well, I mean, the defense is going to have to pick them up, but you're hoping that your offense can go ahead and find a way to overcome.
Yeah.
When we were hitting it on all cylinders in Green Bay, boy, you get a little penalty. Okay, it's a minor setback. Coach is upset. They'd pull a guy to the side and ask him, "What the hell are you thinking? What are you doing?"
Well, I'm saying the team that you're playing against, they get a false start or whatever it is. Did that give you the confidence to be like, we got 'em?
Anytime the other team's going to shoot themselves in the foot, keep doing it. We don't mind.
Yeah.
If you want to make your own mistakes, that's why a lot of coaches play the bend don't break defense. You play that because you're betting the offensive team's not going to be able to execute over the course of 10, 12 plays. That they will shoot themselves in the foot somehow. Drop pass, holding penalty. Yeah. Anything. Because it's hard to put 10, 12 plays together without making a mistake. And, that drop pass. Running back he's open. He can't catch the ball. He's open. He's cutting through the hole. He gets tripped up and he falls. Not a big tackle, just a little something got to him where he crossed his own feet up and he ends up down and gets touched down. For me, defensively, if we gave up a penalty, I didn't think it was a problem.
Right.
We played the Carolina Panthers one year during the regular season, and Steve Berline was their quarterback. I think we got 3 roughing the penalties on him.
Roughing the pass
penalty. We didn't care, and Coughlin didn't care because Berline was the quarterback in '95 before they replaced him with number 8, Mark Brunell.
Oh, Brunell, yeah.
They replaced him with Brunell. And then at the Pro Bowl, they got in a little scrap in '96. They got in a little scrap. So when we got a chance to play them, we got.
Yeah, you knew what it was going in.
Well, it was after '96, so it was during the '96 years. '96 because we lost the title game to the New England Patriots. So our coaching staff went out there, and Berline and were having a problem out there because Carolina went to the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
So they went out and they had an argument out there between the two of them that he said that Coughlin sent us after him. Nobody sent us after him. And we put ourselves in a bad way. 3 15-yard penalties, extend drives, bring them down. But we forced a fumble, picked it up, returned it for a touchdown. So we found a way to beat them.
Yeah.
But we weren't doing ourselves any favors. But we didn't give a crap.
Yeah.
Because we were bringing it. We're coming off the corner. We're coming in hot. And the flag kept flying in the air, and it's just, we'll find a way to overcome it.
Yeah.
We'll find a way to overcome it. It was a good feeling. And we did. We found a way to overcome. We won the football game, so we're all happy.
I feel like that would break you more mentally as a quarterback than anything. Like, I also, not only can I not move the football down the field, they're giving me yards and hitting me extra.
The whole offense. And you know who was on that team in Carolina?
Ooh.
The OG, Howard Griffith. Yeah.
Howard
Griffith was running back on that football team.
Right.
We got after him that day. And again, they won enough games to go to the NFC Championship game. They lost to the Packers in Green Bay. And then the next game was us in New England, and we ended up losing to New England. So New England and the Packers went down to New Orleans, where Brett Favre had his, homecoming party, basically.
Yeah.
And they ended up beating them. But, I mean, both teams, both coming out, they were a little bit better than we were during the year. But we got hot in the playoffs. We won 3 games 30-27, and we had back-to-back games in the playoffs 30-27. We beat Buffalo 30-27. We beat Denver 30-27. And we had a game during the regular season finished 30-27. So that was our scoreline, 0-7. It was beautiful. And then we got beat 20-7, I believe, in the AFC Championship game when Ted Johnson picked up a fumble by James Stewart and returned it for a touchdown for the cover. The fans were jumping for joy then because we were covering, right? It was 13-7.
Yeah.
We were covering. It was like a 10-point spread.
Yeah.
And then when Teddy Johnson picked it up, ran it all the way back, celebrations in Chowderland.
Yeah, I bet.
They were all happy.
I'll bet.
Sorry, I digressed.
It's all good. It's all good. Was there a little Chauncey Billups action going on in there?
No.
No. Okay, all right. I didn't know.
No.
But no.
Matter of fact, we would get something like a memo from the league. There was a bar in Green Bay that had bookies that were in there.
Yeah.
And they sent it to us and says, don't go here. These are the individuals that are connected and take sport bets. We'll probably want to buy you a drink, get close to you. So we couldn't go to that place. They put it off limits because they knew they were there. Then they said, if you're in a place and you see these two guys, it's incumbent upon you to get out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I go to another bar someplace downtown, the Fifth Quarter, something like that, and those two are there or they walk in, you need to leave.
Wow.
So they did a nice job of kind of making you aware. And Green Bay's a small town. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
So you knew who the guys were. They're making local book and stuff like that. And the NFL certainly knew who they were. So they let you know, hey, you're going in there, don't go in there.
Well, it explains.
This is why.
It explains why you felt. Who was it? Who was old boy? Was it Jameson Williams? I remember when I think it was Jameson Williams when he got caught gambling in the building news. And you were just like,
things.
There's no way that you don't know. It's everywhere in the locker room not to do it.
Right, but it's these things too. They make it easy to gamble. Like, here, I'm in, I'm at TVG, so I can bet whatever horse race I want that's happening right now. Monticello, Sovalia, Amiens is out in Dundalk, Ireland, I believe. Saratoga Harness in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Argentina. I got the Meadows. I got Parks. I got Finger Lakes. So there's nothing. I can gamble on any horse race I want around the world off of my phone. So, you know.
If you make it to the Balkan horse races, call the number.
Oh, boy, no. It's Balkan soccer.
Call the number.
Yeah. That's Balkan soccer. Well, listen. What's his Jokic? He's got to have a place.
Jokic got to play.
Jokic's got to have a place to run his harness horses, right?
That is true.
They have to run somewhere.
That is true.
So I'm sure Nikola Jokic has got a track somewhere.
There's a championship in there.
You know, Hungary, Romania, Serbia. Someplace there is a place where they're running harness horses. So.
Let's finish it out with this, good kid. When you look at this game here coming up on Sunday, how do you think that it's going to play out? Do you think the Chicago Bears bounce back?
Well, I want the Bears to win. Obviously, I think they're going to be. It's going to be tough for them. And the scenario I can paint, so 14-9, 26. I can see the Bears winning this game 31-26. And that means they scored 2 touchdowns and kicked 4 field goals on the other side.
Yeah.
Because they're going to move the ball too. And with your lack of pressure, that's going to be problematic.
That's
with the guys that you've got playing corner now as compared to what you had playing corner when you were 100% healthy.
Yeah.
Well, and 100% you don't have Jalen Johnson either. So what 100% were the guys that at least started, Tariq Stevenson and Wright on the other side. If you're not going to have those guys, then you're going to get pressed. I'm hoping they do whatever they can to keep them out of the end zone, and if they give up field goals on 4 possessions, that's fine. But that's how they're going to win.
Just from a defensive player standpoint, are the Bengals blocking for Flacco more than they were blocking for Burrow, or is Burrow doing something different than Flacco? It feels like the Bengals' offensive line has come alive with Joe Flacco back there.
I think Joe Burrow had a lot of faith in his offensive line. He had a lot of faith in his receivers, and he's more than willing to sit in the pocket and let things develop to where they need to develop for him to be able to complete the balls that he likes to complete.
Right.
So, and early on, the protection may not have been there. You know how the Bears' offensive line is better now than they were
100%.
at the beginning?
Yeah.
I think the same thing could be said for Cincinnati. Their line is probably better now than they were at the beginning. So if Joe does get a chance, Burrow, to get back in there, I think he'd be smiling a little bit at how much better his offensive line might be now than they were early.
Maybe some of the hits are a Burrow issue.
And I don't know if Burrow's supposed to come back this year or not. I thought he was. The closer they stay,
the playoffs, or if you're in a playoff race,
the closer they are to stay in a playoff race. I think the more likely it is Joe Burrow comes back and tries to make something happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at a little Joe Burrow Super Bowl run, get Flacco a ring. I wouldn't hate that. Hey, man, we appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. For the good kid, John Jurkovic, his boy Pat, the designer. Back at it again. Let us know your prediction in the comments below and your thoughts on the CJ Gardner-Johnson signing. Bear down. One love. Peace.